Hey everyone, it's Mosey XP. Welcome back to the channel. I am got new numbers in for April. They finally came in from SunStats, so I'm going to be giving you guys a market update today. I haven't reviewed any of the data at all. I just been opening up the windows and kind of have it up. So I'm going to be kind of forming my own opinions on this one this time, so that way we can kind of just get more of a on the spot opinion of what I have for myself, and I can just kind of look back on it and then redetermine my evaluations at some point. So. It would be a little bit different style this time, but we are going to go, like as always, through the solid numbers for the state, then for the areas that I serve here, and then after that, we'll be looking at some charts, and then we'll continue going into the condo market. So it's going to be another long one. Typically, these ones are. So grab some popcorn, get your favorite beverage, and let's dig into the data. Once again, I want to appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys need anything else real estate wise besides buying or selling, you need someone looking to upgrade your house, or maybe some repairs that need to be done, don't be afraid to give me a phone call. That's what I'm here for. Real estate isn't just about buying and selling; it is about maintaining as well. So I appreciate you being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now, and I really appreciate that. So let's go dig into some data here. So for the state of Florida, we are up 5.8% on closed sales. Cash sales, we're still going up 9.1%. Um, let's see, median sales price, we're up 4.9%. So it looks like we're starting to get more of a common increase of the amount of money that is being purchased here and offering. So we're going from 410 to 429.9. Average sales price 9.2%, up from 576,000 to 629,000. Median time to contract, we're just up just under 13% to 35 days from 31 days. Median time to sale, we're up 4.1% from 73 days to 76 days, which is pretty common in a normal market. Let's see here. New listings, we're up 25% from 27,470 to 34,327. Pending inventory, we those are houses that have gone pending from being on the market, going under contract. So we're at 7.3%, down 7.3% from 40,720 to 37,743. Active inventory, we've seen quite a jump, 52.9% from 58,528 to 89,487. And we've gone from months of supply up 61.5% from 2.6 to 4.2. That is the state of Florida for single family homes. For Orlando, closed sales, we are up 3.8% year on year. Cash sales, we're up 8.4%. The percentage of cash sales of closed sales, we're up 4.5%. So it's quite a bit, a few cash transactions still happening. Median sales price, we're up 5.9% from $425,000 to $449,935. Average sales price still ticking up to we're up 6% from $517,200 to $548,362. Median time to contract, it is gone up 8.3% from 24 days to 26 days. Median time to sale 7.8% from 64 days to 69 days. So it is relatively still a seller's market when it comes to the active days on market. New pending sales, we are down 7.1% from 2,986 to 2,775. New listings were up 23.4% year on year from 2,939 to 3,628. Pending inventory is down 13% from 4,313 to 3,754. So that is telling me that the demand is going down for people wanting to purchase a home. Active inventory, we are up 53.7% from 4,697 to 7,218. And months of inventory, we about doubled, 66.7% up from 1.8 to 3 months of inventory. So let's dig into some graphs here. Let's see. So active inventory right now for the state of Florida and all price points. And again, we will break it down by price point to give more nuance to what's going on in the market, I believe, in different areas of the prices. So currently we're at 89,487. And so one more time, 89,000. So we haven't seen this much inventory since about July, June of 2019. So it seems like we're going back into more of a balanced market of inventory for the state of Florida. Now let's go over to the prices. So for the state of Florida, single family homes, again, we are ticking up continuously here in the $400,000 to $600,000 mark. And I believe that this is going to be more of a trajectory of what's going to go on here. People say that people aren't going to sell their homes because of their low interest rates, but those golden handcuffs, I don't think they're not going to last long with the insurance and the property taxes that are going on, and people just not being able to afford the readjustment in the payments. I do believe this will continue for how long we don't know, but I have a feeling that if market conditions kind of stay the same, we'll probably end up coming down towards a dip towards the end of the year as normal. But then, as come next selling season, we'll probably keep going higher from there as well. So we'll see where the psychology of money goes and the psychology of homeownership goes as time goes by. So as you can see here, pretty much even at the bottom of the price points that I have here, which is usually the average price point before 2020 was here. So anything that was in the market here for sale is now here because it's gone up 50%. So this is another reason why we're seeing more active inventory coming in these price points, because these old prices have been pushed up to these. But if you can see here, following the charts, you'll see where exactly at what price points represented by the lines or what prices are. So that's for the state of Florida. And as you said, like I said before in my other videos, we are back, not only pre-pandemic, but also, back to 2008, 2009 levels. And this, I'm sure, is going to stay pretty much on a very small trajectory growth, unless these ones start coming off market and coming back on market, or taking offers less than what they were sold at, and creating new comps for more inventory to go here. But that is going to take quite some time to happen. Florida's 2-year for foreclosure, so having that inventory come into the market is going to take some time. Now let's get into the area here in Orlando. And if you've been following my market updates, I do every 3-day and a 7-day to see where it's going. And if you've been following me, you've been seeing that we have the amount of inventory growing, because what's being sold is a lot less than what is new. And there's also a lot of back on markets being more common as well. So I'm not surprised that we saw a tick of inventory up here coming onto the market. So we're pretty much back 7,000 homes. So we're pretty much back to 2020 levels, even sometimes in 2017, 2018, where inventory was at. So things are starting to come into balance when it comes to inventory. Let's break it down by the price points again. We're seeing that tick up here on what would have been a normal average home price point, down to about $250,000 now before. So those are going to tick up because that is the 50% gain. But again, like I said before, this is where the most price pressure is going to be, because it's the most active inventory in the market. So if you're looking for a home, I definitely recommend being in this price range, so you have just a little bit more negotiating power with the amount of inventory coming on that. So like I said, we're way past even 2008 levels there on that price point. But I was kind of surprised to see a little uptick in this here. I was expecting this to come down as usual because of the amount of absorption. This is where the more affordable homes are going to be. But there's things, we only have 49 homes, so it's not very much, but it still is a little bit of an inflection point there. And then 600 to a million, just a little bit of uptick there. But it's, of course, anything under 300,000 to 250,000, we're just seeing a little bit of inventory growth there. All right, so for the next chart, new listings. Let's see where new listings are coming from. So this is kind of where we can see that small inventory growth in the 250,000 to just under 300,000 there. A little bit of a steady incline, nothing too crazy. But again, the 400,000 and 600,000 mark, we're seeing a good trajectory there on the new listings coming onto the market, as well as a 300 to $400,000 mark. So you have, this is also telling me that we have a little more negotiating power here too, as inventory is coming onto supply for new listings. But the amount of absorption, how many days are on the market, is going to also dictate where prices go. So that's something to keep into consideration. That's state of Florida. Let's go into Orlando. So once again, new listings are popping up, and I really found this interesting because the new listings here in April, we're seeing more than the year before. I'm sorry, not just more than the year before, because the year before we were, down here. So we went down and then up. So now I'm interested to see what happens in May this month, because you see this April growth here to there. It shot up pretty quickly. And then also from April of last year to May and June, we shot up as well with some inventory. So I'm curious to see if we're going to pass May from 2022 and June of 2022 before we start seeing that dip, or if we shoot past it and maybe come back down a little bit. So it's going to take some time, and that's really what is going to help the market balance itself out. Is just time. So let's keep on going here. So pending inventory, these are where the amount of homes go under contract. So again, this is the most listings on the market that's going to have the most absorption in that area, and the more affordable price points as well too. Those are going to keep coming up. But we are starting to see a little bit of a flattening here in the 250,000 to just under 300,000 mark. So that's so that just kind of shows you where the pending's coming in. I'm sure this here is because there's not that many active listings or in that price range, and also more than likely fixer uppers as well. So let's keep on going. Again for Orlando, if you see the pending, so this is what this is telling me. We're getting that uptick here, right? But we got to see where the demand is coming. So I like to use the bottom of the year to check the trajectory. So as you see, we come in demand is coming straight up for the pendings. But now, now we'll have to go with the bottoms here. So December 2022, December 2023, where we at December 2021 right here. So, the demand is going down from the bottom and also from the tips of May, April, and so we'll see the pending if it ticks down a little bit coming next month, and if it does, that'll show us it's starting to come, creating a trajectory year on year coming down. So we'll see how that happens. Where again, we're seeing some more of the absorption happening here at the more affordable price points. Let's keep going. So now we're going to go into the townhouse and condo market here for the state of Florida. For closed sales, we're up 1.9%. We went from 10,040 homes or condos and townhouses, and now we're at 10,228 closed sales for that. The percentage of cash sales are only 2% of those year-on-year change. So we went from 53.8% to 54.9%. The median sales price went up 3.1%, from 325 to 335, 325,000 to 335,000. The average sales price ticked up again from 8.2% year on year, and we are at from 470,745 to 509,521. Median percent of original list price are down 1.6%, from 96.2 to 94.7. Median time to contract, it's taking a little bit more time for these condos and townhouses to go under contract, are up 48.3% from 29 days to 43 days. So we're seeing a little bit of a demand shift in for condos and townhouses. And if you remember from my previous video, I mentioned that it could be due to a lot of the HOA dues going up, because now a lot of them have to meet reserves, and that's fluctuating people's payments as well. Not just their property and taxes and the insurance and the property taxes that they pay, but also the HOA fees. So it's making condos a little bit less affordable. And that would have been no one that would have saw that coming of what would have reconsidered the market because of that extra cost that now the state is forcing these HOAs to meet the reserves. So let's keep on going here. Pending sales is down 4.3%, so a little bit less demand again in the condo market. New listings is up 24.2% from 12,827 to 15,934. Pending inventory, we're down 10.1% from 17,411 to 15,656. Active inventory, we're up 84.5% from 32,142 units to 59,318 units. And the months of supply, we are up 97.1% year on year from 3.5 months to 6.9 months. So this is definitely shifting into a buyer's market. So let's go on to the Orlando area here that I serve. Closed sales were up 5.9% year on year from 709 to 838. Cash sales, we are down 5.9%. The percentage of that from closed sales, we're actually down 11.4% year on year, from 40.5% to 35.9%. Median sales price, we are up only 3.1% from 306,000 to 315,500, and that is more of a balanced, normal price increase. Anything over really 10% is abnormal. Even 7% sometimes is abnormal. So anything really from 3 to 4% year on year, that is what typically is an average increase in sales price. Let's see, average sales price is 2.3% from 315,928 to 323,302. Median percentage original list price, we are down just 0.9% from 97.5% to 96.6%. So there are some price cuts that sellers will have to are making, so that way they can get their condo or townhouse sold. Median time to contract, we're from 94.7% from 19 days to 37 days. Median time to sales, we are up 25.4% from 59 days to 74 days. New pending sales were just down 0.9% from 888 to 880. New listings were up 29.9% from 985 to 1,280 year on year. Pending inventory, we're down 5.8%. From 1,358 to 1,279, so just a little bit of a decrease in demand. Active inventory, though, we're shooting up here, 98.9% growth year on year from 1,738 to 3,457. And the months of supply, we are up 109.5% from 2.1 to 4.4. So I believe year on year that is a pretty good indication that we are shifting into a buyer's market slowly but surely. The housing market is not the stock market. It is a slow turning Titanic boat that takes time to turn things around. So now I want to go into the active inventory for the state of Florida by price point. And I'm going to break this down into two separate charts because I want to go into what used to be pre-pandemic and these price ranges of inventory. And you probably just saw a little sneak peek of that for me clicking the other tab compared to where those condo prices are now currently here. So as we can see the trajectory, we're still going to the moon with inventory in these price points. It ticked up from 11,114 to 11,524. So not much month-on-month growth, but we are still going up quite a bit. And as you can see there, we go back, 2008, January, August 2008. We're right around that level there. But with more affordable condo prices, we are now pretty much, we're back to pre-pandemic, pre-2020 levels right there. And even if you keep going a little bit further back when we were catching the bottom, going down towards the bottom, we're right around there back in 2010. So that's for the state of Florida. So again, I wanted to come back down into what used to be, 50,000 to 99,000, 100,000, 150,000, 150,000 up to 200,000. More where the more affordability and where we are for inventory levels there, and it's still very low because it's just not a lot of condos that are going to be listed at those prices in just very specific markets. So that I can see like this is not probably going to increase anytime soon. This might start seeing a little bit of a trajectory going up, but very balanced. But again, this as well too. What we saw from the previous graphs is we're back to pre 2020 levels there, and that's way below what it was back in 2008, 2009. But you will see how much absorption happened, in that price point, at each price point, how much they had. So quite a good amount of absorption there. Let's go to Orlando. So once again, going to the moon with inventory at the higher price points here. It was a small downtick from February to March, but we saw a big increase, almost 100, 80 homes or so, 70 homes increase there. So we're still ticking up. We caught a little bit of a baseline from February to March, but now we're ticking back up into April, well above, anywhere time before January 2008. So again, price pressure is here is going to be quite a bit. So now let's go back to where it's more affordable from 200,000 to the $300,000 mark. We're pretty much back to pre 2020. Looks like 2019 was the last time we had this much inventory, and then it went up a little bit during 2020. I'm sorry, before 2019, and we saw a little bit of a uptick in 2020. So we're getting more inventory and the more affordable price points as well. So let's keep going. And then again, this is the secondary chart where I wanted to show more of the affordable price ranges on where that inventory is at and where it was. So, these price points they're few and far between, very, very, hard to find. I'm sure those are remodels as well. You can see, the absorption of how much that had. So we'll see where that inventory goes. But I don't see that ticking up anytime soon either. So, especially with inflation, I just can't see any more growth here. With those price points. So let's see where the new listings are coming from price points in the townhouses and condos. As you can see again, as it follows the inventory growth, it's going to be in the $300,000, $400,000 mark, also the $400,000 to $600,000 mark. There was quite a little bit of a spike here with the 250 to 300,000 and 200,000 and 250 mark. But it has taken a little bit of a dip here, and we're starting just a small increase there, and we took some off, and now we're flatlining now. So we'll see where that goes into the future for the state of Florida, for the market that I serve here in Orlando. Again, we're getting those increases once again at 300,000 to 400,000 mark, but there's not so much coming onto the market from 400,000 to 600,000. And going into what price point? 200,000 to 250 and 250 to 300,000. We're seeing just a little bit. It's hard to read, a little bit tick down. So we're ticking down just a little bit there with new listings. So that's always interesting to see where what price points new inventory is coming from. So let's keep it going here. New listings for the state of Florida, and this one I wanted to show you for foreclosures. So we're traditional for foreclosure and short sale for the state of Florida in all price points back to 2008. And we can see here, traditional was still mostly the majority of the new listings coming onto the market. And the foreclosures and short sales weren't the majority of them, clearly, but it was a good amount of inventory coming on from this market. And as we can see here now, there's very little that you see in growth there. So Florida is a 2 year 2 years to foreclose on the home to start the foreclosure process. And so this is going to take some time if it grows. It wouldn't be till about 2020. Oh, okay. So it's just stopped there. So yeah, I thought this stopped at 2023. I apologize for the little bit of delay there. But so April 2024, we start seeing any increases in foreclosures. It'll be, not till 2026 for us to start seeing those onto the market. And then the final chart here, new listings for townhouses in the Orlando area. Again, the traditional. This was interesting here because the foreclosure rate really crossed over the traditional line during the GFC, just a little bit after the GFC, and traditional was mostly during 2008. So they cross paths there, and now traditional is definitely more of what's coming onto the market. Where again, foreclosures are just going to be, you can see a zero in there where there's just no short sales or foreclosures. So again, this is, if we see anything coming at all, it's going to take 2 years for us to see it, that inventory come onto the market. So we'll see where inventory levels go, but it does seem like the market is starting to turn into more of a balanced market. And I think that is good for the market because we do need a little bit more of stability in the market. It's taking away some animal spirits because we can't just keep putting people out of an affordability. It's going to get a little bit it can cause homeless problems and other things that can happen around town and around the state or around the country as well too. So, hopefully we see some more affordable housing so that way we can get some people under a roof and they can be taken care of and no one goes hot or cold depending on where you live in the nation. But remember, everything is super hyper local all the way down to your subdivision. It could vary from what you just saw in my graph to what is actually happening in your own backyard. So if you're interested to see what's going on in your backyard, give me a phone call so that way I can help you out. If you're interested to sell, 407-801-1661. Be happy to help you out so I can help you get into the close one chapter in your book and open and start writing a new chapter in your book and get your process going. And also, if you're interested in buying, give me a phone call and I can give you, direct you to where you'd like to live here in Orlando. Some people do like the theme parks, so they like living around Disney and Universal, SeaWorld. Volcano Bay, if you're in, water is great here. The water parks are great in the summertime. So, where other people prefer to be away from that, would rather live in more rural areas or just away from that craziness of traffic. Because if you do live here, I-4 can be quite a bit of a pain in the butt. Anytime, pretty much after any time of the day, honestly. So, if I can help you get to where you want to be to help avoid that traffic, I can definitely help you get you there. So, thanks for being here again. I appreciate you guys all the time you spend here. I know these market update videos are a lot. So I hope you got your favorite snack, your favorite drink, and you enjoy this video. So if you find any of this worth of value, please share it to your friends, share it to your family. The more that we can get people informed of what's going on in the market, the better. So that way we can all make the best decisions for ourselves because everyone's situation is unique. And I'd love to help you get to your next goal in life. So take care, guys. Thanks for being here. Happy Memorial Weekend. Remember to, give thanks to those who served our country and fought for what we have here. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Y'all take care. Have a good one.